If you have spent any time in Airtable's community, forums, Reddit threads, or YouTube comments, you're probably seeing the same advice come up again and again. You probably need a script. And that's where the confusion starts. Scripts get recommended for all sorts of things. Automations, bulk updates, buttons, QR codes, data cleanup, and value generation. But very rarely does anyone explain why scripts are the go-to solution in these cases. Hey there, I'm Alex Knowles from automationhelpers.com, and we help you automate and systemize your business using popular tools like Airtable. We also know that scripting and coding can feel overwhelming, especially for business owners and teams who just want things to work, not learn how to become a developer. So in this video, we're taking a quick look at the run script step in Airtable automations, but more importantly, why it exists. This video isn't about learning how to write scripts. It's about breaking down where scripts fit alongside formulas, automations, and interfaces, and understanding the kinds of problems they're actually meant to solve. Plus, at the end of this video, I'll share with you how you can use AI like ChatGPT or Claude to work your scripts rather than just blindly copy and paste. So before we look at examples, it helps to first understand how Airtable thinks about scripts. Some things in Airtable react automatically. You change data and something updates straight away. Other things happen when a specific event occurs, like a record being created or a status changing. And scripts work differently. A script only runs when you deliberately tell it, and it does a specific job, then it stops. Scripts can run as part of automations, but they don't replace the automation itself. The automation decides when to run, and the script decides what to do. That difference is why scripts keep showing up in the same types of situations, especially when you want something to be done intentionally and not constantly. So let's get a bit deeper. The most common place that you'll see scripts and where they appear is in bulk actions and one-off actions. Things like updating lots of records at once, transforming data, cleaning things up, or fixing a problem that's already happened. A formula field just simply isn't designed for that. Formula fields are meant to constantly calculate and display values, not go back and change a lot of records. Automations can do this, but they often become hard to read or manage once the logic gets more complex. A script works well here because it acts as a deliberate step within an automation. The automation controls when it runs, and the script focuses on doing one specific job cleanly. Another common place that scripts will appear is in what you might refer to as context-aware actions. This is when Airtable needs to know exactly which record you're working with at a specific moment. For example, when you click a button, run something from an interface, or trigger an automation. In those cases, Airtable passes over the context, like the record ID or field values, into the run script step. The script then uses that information to apply custom logic right then and there. So instead of guessing or hard coding which record to work on, the script is told exactly what to work with. Scripts also tend to show up when the logic itself becomes complex and problematic. You could do this with a formula field or an automation, but the setup would quickly become hard to read, hard to maintain, and very easy to break. In those situations, scripts aren't about being more powerful. It's about putting the logic in one place, where it's clearer, more deliberate, and easier to manage. Scripts simply aren't about doing more. They're about making complex logic easier to understand and control. But what about the webhooks? We've created a bunch of videos that look at introducing webhooks through the run script step, specifically how you can generate a QR code or a barcode. So if you want to check out those videos, then take a look here or they'll be in the description below. Airtable does support webhooks natively. You simply don't need scripts in order to send or receive data. However, where scripts come into play is when you need more control. Things like shaping the data, looping through records, or deciding when a webhook should fire. In other words, the webhook isn't the hard part. The logic around it usually is. And that's where scripts tend to show up. This is also why Airtable separates when something happens from what actually happens. Automations decide when to act. Scripts handle how that logic runs. So when people say use a script, what they usually mean is this problem needs a controlled, procedural step that Airtable's reactive tools weren't designed for. Now, if scripting feels intimidating to you, well, you don't have to do it alone. Tools like ChatGPT or Claude can be genuinely helpful there, as long as you use them the right way. The key is not asking AI to write a script for Airtable. The better approach is to describe the problem you're trying to solve, the records involved, and how the script is being triggered. Exporting your data and then putting it into your LLM is a massive help so that your AI can understand how your data is structured. And used in that way, AI then becomes a massive help for clarity and structure, and not something that you just blindly copy and paste. If you want to learn more about how you can use the run script step and automations in Airtable, be sure to check out our Airtable playlist. But if you are looking for help to get you and your business automated and systemized using the industry-leading tools like Airtable, do not hesitate to reach out to us at automationhelpers.com, where a team of experts are offering a free 30-minute consultation, so book yours today.